Welcome students. Today we are going to next chapter forms of market. So introduction. You know that what is meant by market. But in economy the market is a different concept. See, market is generally understood as a particular place or locality where goods are sold and purchased. But in economics, market refers to an arrange through which buyers and sellers come in contact with each other directly or indirectly, and exchange of goods and services take place among them. So students, we see definition of market. According to Augustine Corno, economists understand the terms market, not any particular marketplace in which things are bought and sold, but the whole of any region in which buyers and sellers are in such a close contact with one another that the prices of the same goods trends to equality easily and quickly. Thus, market is a network of dealing between potential buyers and potential sellers. At any point of time, a market will exist if there are first buyers and sellers, second a product or services to be bought and sold, third one price of the product, fourth one close contact between buyers and seller, and last one knowledge about market. So student, we see classification of market. Market can be classified on the basis of various criteria. This is shown in below. First, on the basis of place. See, first local market. What is meant by local market? Local market is a market in which sellers sells and consumers buy a product in the region or area in which it is produced. This is a local market place. Then second one, national market. National market is a domestic market in a given country. Each national market is governed by the regulation of its own country. And third one, international market. International market is a worldwide market in which buyers and sellers trade in goods and services across the national borders. Then, on the basis of time. First, very short period. Very short period is a period in which supply is fixed and price is determined by the demand. The time period is for a few days or weeks in which the supply of commodity can be increased. Then, short period. Short period is a period of less than 1 year. In this period, firms can only make adjustment in inputs like labor to increase the supply of goods and services. This is a short period. Then long period. Long run is a period of time in which all factors of production and cost are variable. In the long run, firms are able to adjust all cost. It is for a few years, generally up to 5 years. Then last one, very long period. Very long period is a production time that is so long that all inputs are variables. It is of more than 5 years. And last one, on the basis of competition. Competition among the sellers and buyers is the most important criteria for classification of market in economics. Let us study the various types of market on the basis of competition among the sellers. First, perfect competition. What is meant by perfect competition? See meaning and definition of perfect competition. Perfect competition is an ideal and imaginary concept of market rather than an actual market. According to John Robinson, perfect competition prevails when the demand for the output of each producer is perfectly elastic. A perfectly competitive market is one in which the number of buyers and sellers is very large. All the buyers and sellers are engaged in buying and selling a homogeneous product without any restrictions. Moreover, both buyers and sellers possess perfect knowledge of the market condition. Okay, students, we see some features of perfect competition. The question is, explain the features of perfect competition. So first feature is a perfect competition, large number of sellers and buyers. See, under perfect competition, there are large number of sellers and buyers. As mentioned earlier, each seller forms a negligible part in the total market. Hence, none of them is in a position to influence the price and supply in the market. Thus, sellers are price taker under perfect competition. The number of buyer is also large. The share of each buyers is so negligible that none of them is in a position to influence the price in the market. Second one, homogeneous product. An important features of perfectly competition market is that the product sold is homogeneous or identical in respect of size, design, color, taste, etc. All the products are perfect substitute to each other. Then free entry and exit. There are no barriers to the entry and exit of firms. Any firms can enter and quit the industry at its own will. If there is hope of profit, the firm will enter the market, and if there is a possibility of loss, the firm will leave the market. Next one, single price. A single uniform price prevails under perfect competition, which is determined by the interaction of demand and supply. That means product price is determined by the interaction of demand and supply. Then perfect knowledge of market. The buyers and seller possess a perfect knowledge about the market condition. Every seller and buyer has a knowledge about price, quality, source of supply of product, etc. Next one, perfect mobility of factor of production. There is a perfect mobility of factor of production under perfect competition. Labor and capital are mobile not only geographically but also occupationally. Then next one, absence of transport cost. In perfect competition, price is uniform because we assume that transport cost does not exist. The assumptions will lead to uniformity in price. And last one, no government intervention. Laissez-faire policy is an important feature of perfect competition. It means there is absence of government intervention in economic activities. That means government not interfere any selling policy or market policy. Okay students, thank you. Remaining part C next video. Thank you students.